Why, hello there, everyone. It's GleeCon. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Lore of Warcraft, a show where we cover every single bit of lore. Well, heck, every single thing in the World of Warcraft universe. We've been going at it for years, and we just can't stop. For the past little while, we've been going through World of Warcraft thoroughly in a complete walkthrough of every quest, every zone possible. We're currently doing a Hillsbrad Foothills run with an Alliance character. This is probably just a two-parter, so we've already done one and probably about halfway through. So stay a while and listen as we continue and probably finish that off. We did some of the killing and we did some of the kind of weird side quests like the Turtle Bisque and Martello's Yeti Fur Cloak. As well as finishing up the Sully Baloo questline, which had us search the area for some mithril. Now, I did have a disheartening thing. I've talked a few times about my Syndicate Assassins questline and the fact that I believe I cracked the case. Well, someone claims to have replicated my steps and yet not successfully triggered the quest. So I do really look forward to us getting a chance to do it on this channel to see if maybe they didn't really replicate my steps, or am I wrong? Now, there are three quests: Syndicate Assassins, Crush Ridge Bounty, and the Assassin's Contract, which are sitting out here. Those quests... Oh, I forgot this Yeti Fur Cloak is better than what we have. Because... Oh no, the Glowing Thresher Cape? I lied. This, I don't know where, but this cloak is actually better, even though it's 3 strength, 8 spirit. Tie to armor. I mean, this is... I'm going to keep it also because it's a blue. Kind of gives it a good spot in my heart. Other than that, we just have lots of like... Oh, and we can eat that.
Have a good one.
Teach ourselves the soothing turtle bisque, but... Alright, so if you look, we don't have a lot. We have the Hints of the New Plague ahead of us, and then we also have the whole Murloc line. So we're going to start with the Murloc line. It's easier, and we do have to go up into the mountains, but I guess that's going to be one of the last things we do, but we will do that before we do Hints of the New Plague. Hints of the New Plague is definitely the actual hardest thing in the area. We already killed the Murlocs. We did fish last time. We went and leveled up. There was no good new powers. Just a kind of a blah level. I think Glee Contessa might have... Erator was one of our best, coolest characters we had on this show. And I think Glee Contessa may officially be stronger than her now. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Oh, the girl's growing up. Alright, I'm going to go and try to take on this camp as much as I can. It looks like maybe Menace here, the human paladin, is going to take out some too. I hope my family stays on it. Because I mentioned on the episode, maybe not last night, maybe I did mention it last night. I think I must have. But, things are hot. The AC issue in my house is real, and there we go, we got head. We just need 10 heads, that's the point of this quest. Basically, when we killed the Murlocs last time, the result of the quest was, hey, they don't really believe that you actually did that. Can you believe that? What jerks? Aha. Okay, and, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop a little defensive spell, a little healing on myself, because we're picking all these guys up. So, I don't know why it is so... Okay, there we go. Whoa, whoa. Oh, I used the wrong potion! Ooh, I had to blow my lay on hands. Okay, so that's not exactly what I was hoping to pull. But I accidentally used a mana potion instead of a health potion, so... Yikes. That is what it is. Okay, so what I did is basically got cocky here and decided to attack 5 Murlocs at once. So you are seeing the culmination of those efforts, and it's getting pretty close already to being the end of the line. Let's see what we can get. This guy is... Hey, we did it. Ooh. Alright. Okay, so we are up to 4 Murloc heads after all that. I'm gonna eat this. Oh, it's raw. Gross. And I'll drink this juice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But one of those we killed beforehand, and actually right here we have a 7th. So I think we just killed 6 at once, which did require us to burn our lay on hands. And a potion that I misclicked on. Whoopsie. Okay. But that allowed us to be right there. We're at 4 out of 4 out of 6. Or 4 out of 10, I mean, heads. Yeah, so in the quest where we killed 20 Murlocs, this guy was basically like, yeah, we don't really trust you. Or maybe it's not that he didn't trust us. It might be that he didn't trust the guy we're helping, because he does seem like a lazy bum. He's been talking trash about what a piece of crap South Shore is. He's that kind of guy. Clambot! Where are you, Clambot? I have one specific thing I ask for, and that is Clambot. But yeah, we're level... Oh, here's another camp. I don't know that I want to go after the whole thing. I mean, we don't have lay on hands anymore, so... And even my Divine Shield is on cooldown. He pulled 1, but he's risking it, because there you go, he pulled the 2nd. And that pulled the 3rd and the 4th. So, I'm going to pull 1 off this guy for him, to get 1 off him. That way he's a little bit, at least in somewhat of a better... Somewhat of a better sitch. Okay. Alright, so he seems to be okay there. Fellow Pally, but I felt like it would be a lot easier for him to handle 2. Maybe he felt like he would have been cool handling all 3. I don't know. Oh, my fist of power wore off. Oh, I was gonna say, it says I'm still in combat, but that's because I peeled that off of him. My combat won't end until his is done. He's running, so he did not... It's good that I helped him. Because I was wondering, like, maybe he'll be like, no, man, that's not cool. Okay, but no, it was good. Clambot. Now that one's coming after me. I don't like that. See, they're taking a second. Okay. Now this one I'm not going to get credit for. But whatever. I'll still kill him. He'll get the credit for it. Alright, so another one. Yeah. I could resurrect that guy over there. He's dead. This is a challenging spot. Like I said, if you I talked about this in the last episode. If you come out here, like that guy's level 31. Actually, just go back and watch the previous time when we tried to do this with Nessingwary. These quests are quite challenging. I'm not going to mess with actually rezzing that guy, because a lot of times it's a thankless task. You go to try to res someone and then they don't ever accept the res or whatever. It's just not a... Thanks, she froze me in the water. That's the sound of our vengeance. Makes me think of D&D, because there is a vengeance spec, I think, in Dungeons & Dragons for paladins. Alright, so we have another camp over here. don't hear them draining that water. I told them I did it a few times in a row, and I showed them the timeline. That you have a 10 to 12 minute window. And it has now been 14 minutes. And no one's draining the AC, so the temperature is currently going to decline. Or increase. I wish it would decline. Alright, so all we're doing right now is attempting to get more Murloc heads because the guy didn't trust our friend, our quote-unquote friend. So he said, you say you killed 20, but you're just a piece of crap, so we don't believe you, and so he has to provide heads as proof that he's killed the Murlocs. And for some reason we live in a world where about half the Murlocs that you fight don't have a head. We also live in a world where you must open every clam yourself. That's just too much realization for me. Or at least let the clams stack. They're gonna heal him. Yep. I gotta get that guy. Alright. Okay, we're getting a little bit low here on the mana again. That's the story of life. That's the sound of the man working on the train. The chain gang. Another clan. There they are. They did it. I heard them. Alright. What can we do here? Well, we can heal again. Yeah, see, if I would have rezzed that guy, he's probably crying in his soup somewhere. There's more melon juice. Let's get some of that. I need melon juice as part of my mix it up. But I just don't use it as much, so... Got 5 that time, and that was what we needed. We had a full 20 stack, so we're 5 over. We need 3 more Murloc heads, and then we're going to have to repeat the same thing with the Naga as well. So basically, we run out, we kill 20 Naga, then they don't really believe us or something like that, and then we have to go bring back some Naga heads or something to that effect. Yeah, so today I did come a little bit more prepared because as I sit with a belly full of bechamel, since no one's going to help me eat it, so I've got to slowly chug away at the bechamel, and it is heavy, and with my body, that is not a friend of dairy. It's an experience for me. And I'm telling you, I'm not just like, oh, yeah, I'm a little bit lactose intolerant. No. When I eat dairy, it does things to me. And sure, does it give me... can it give me, like, the poops or whatever, which is what happens to most lactose intolerant people? Yeah. My oldest daughter, is lactose intolerant. That's what it does. Hey, honey, yep, I'm talking about your poops here. She doesn't listen to this either. Ooh, we got a true silver bar. That's nice. But for me, it's always affected me very badly. Sometimes it makes me nauseous. It gives me hot flashes. So that's perfect right now for when it's already a billion degrees. I don't process it. It makes me very bloated. It gives me, like, heartburn. Like, most of the time, if your stomach's upset, someone will be like, oh, drink some milk. That would just destroy me. It would give me so much acid reflux, and it's always been that way. I've always had an extremely, extremely difficult time with dairy. I still like it. I just try to minimize eating it whenever I can, but... You know, like, if I eat a piece of cheese on a cheeseburger, it's not going to wreck me in the same way as, say, eating a plate of fettuccine alfredo, or drinking a glass of milk, or having a bowl of ice cream will do. But anyway, this pie I made, this bechamel, is heavily milk-based. So when I eat it, it is like just a freaking ton of rocks sitting in my belly. That is making hot fire. Alright, we got some 179 with 12 strength. I like that. But that's not... I think we actually had similar pants before that I sold to someone for 40 silver or something, 30 silver. I'm not doing that again. Wasn't even worth wasn't worth the effort. We essentially made like 2 silver extra on that deal than we would have made just vendoring it. Although sure, if we made someone happy, yeah. Alright, 1 more Murloc head is all we need. I truly think we have a solid chance. There's nothing I can foresee that would make this episode not finishable. Because there's no, this is the worst RNG factor we have right now, when we have to get 10 of something that has a 50% drop rate, which is just not bad enough. There you go. And we'll have to do that twice, but even that, if you look at the record, we're like 15 minutes into the episode, so our other one might take us as long. Then we have 1 kill quest, which is going to take us less than that, 10 minutes, so we're looking at 40 minutes. The mountain lions, you add travel time in, we're looking at another 15, so we're getting close to an hour with that, and then we just have the hints of the new plague line, which we could complete that line within 30 minutes. Sure, why not? I mean, we just leveled up. If you don't remember, what did we get on the last level? A ranked up on Exorcism. We gained Fire Resistance Aura. We ranked up our Resurrection spell. And there was one other thing that ranked up, I believe. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I'm trying to remember what it was.
What are you looking for?
Your butt. Where do I get this humor from?
See you around. You need something?
Yeah. Look at that. Tin ore, too. Okay, we'll take some of that, I guess. I have a bunch, but whatever. I don't need the bristle whisker catfish, or that, or that. We can cook 8 more clams. I'm going to not even cook them yet. We'll wait. Let's go turn in this quest in the inn. Lake Flaccid. Inappropriate.
What can I do for you?
Did you get those heads for me, Contessa?
Oh, for the love of the light. They're dripping on the ground. Can't stand touching those things myself.
Fish are all well and good, but when they grow legs and start walking around, haven't eaten a fish in weeks, let me tell you. And in South Shore, that means you aren't eating much.
You know, adventurer, I'd really rather not take these heads. Since you've already got a handle on them, would you mind delivering them to Red Path for me?
So he won't even touch the heads. So not only that, am I fully doing the guy's job for him, I'm coming back over and dropping him back off over here.
You need something? See you later.
Greetings, citizen. Have you come to lend your arm to upholding the safety of South Shore?
Farren's errand girl, are you? If you assisted Farren in procuring these heads, then thank you. South Shore needs hard workers and effort to maintain its protection. Please inform Lieutenant Orinel that I would like him to refocus his efforts on the Naga infesting the Eastern Strand. When he has results, tell him to report to me in person.
Okay, so he's saying...
have dug an ogre mound up in the altar.
So basically he's like, okay, cool. Now tell the guy to do the same basically for Naga, but tell me in person.
The Naga, huh? Red Path must have just received the same information as me. Ha! He'll not receive a promotion from my toil. Let me explain. My former mentor in the Stormwind City Guard sent a message to me that Alliance High Command is becoming concerned with the threat posed by the Naga. From what he's heard, there's good chances for promotion, or at least reassignment, for anyone who proves valuable in this regard. There's just one small problem. I can't handle the Naga, adventurer. Oh, sure, I could break up a drunken barroom brawl or haul off a belligerent beggar, but the Naga are too much for me. You've got to help me, adventurer.
Okay. I can't handle the Naga. Alright, we're going to go handle the Naga for this fool. And again, just like the last time now, we're killing 10 of each kind of Naga. Let's go to the spreadsheet here and see what we did. Okay, so if you go to the quests in order, we just did bop, bop, bop. Farren's proof, 1, 2. That was the heads. Then bring the heads to the dude. And go back and tell him, and is it Stormwind Ho we just picked up? Yeah. So it's basically this whole line of quests right here we're working on. Pretty cool. So we turned in, picked up, turned in, picked up, turned in, picked up. Okay. Then that one will have a second part reassignment, which is about it. And then other than that, we will have the costly menace, followed by the new plague chain. Excellent. So let's go kill 20 Naga. It's not a Naga. Which, by the time we finish this chain, it is looking like it's a pretty solid chance we can be at level 37. That's pretty cool. And then, oh, I need my well-fed buff out of this. Okay, these Nagas are kind of annoying because these ones will throw spears at you. The Shore Hunters. We need 10 Shore Hunters and 10 Sirens. I'll eat one of my 8,000 clams here in a minute. You little buster. Why are you making me swim so far? It's not my fault. The mail is so heavy. You jerk. Making me get more clams? That's just not cool, bro. I gotta... Hopefully he swims towards shore this time. That'd be cool. It's over here. Another.
It's too far.
I'm coming for you. Okay, we're gonna continue to bash in these guys' heads. And I don't even care that we're kind of skewing heavily in the direction of the Shore Hunters instead of the Sirens. No. Alright, let's go eat a hearty goblin deviled clam. Now, speaking of deviled eggs, I've never had a deviled clam. Sounds disgusting. I mean, because think about what makes a deviled egg a deviled egg. Well, you're scooping it out and you're mixing it with like mayonnaise and spices of your choice, whatever that might be, peppers, paprikas, whatever. And but you're not changing the egg. You're just taking out the yolk and doing that to it. So does that mean for a deviled clam, what would you do? Take out the clam and do that to it? Does that mean I'm smushing up the clam with mayonnaise and spices? Sorry. I mean, I would try it. Some of the things in World of Warcraft, I'm like, no. That's gonna be a hard no from me, but I guess I would try a deviled clam. Not the biggest clam fan. Fried clams aren't too bad, but I'm not like a oyster kind of guy. Like, I try to be brave, and I pretty much eat almost everything, but I am not oysters are one of the very few things where I'm like, they might be yummy as heck, people love them, but they just do not appeal to me at all. And supposedly, they're supposed to make you feel randy. Is that true? How many of you got... I mean, I don't know. I don't eat them. So is it really like nature's Viagra? Do you eat some oysters and you're like, oh yeah. Now that that slimy thing's in my gullet, I really feel like making sweet romantic interactions. Come here and do romantic interactions with me, baby. That's how I talk when, you know, when I'm trying to entice the wife. Come here, baby, and do sweet romantic interactions with me. I hope she can hear me through the walls right now. She's gonna just bust into the room like the Kool-Aid Man and be like, oh yeah. Give me those sweet romantic interactions. Yeah, pretty, somewhere in here there's like something about World of Warcraft. Alright, we're just killing. Just don't mind us, we're just killing Naga, that's what we do. At least the Naga don't like live all up on top of each other in stacks to where when you pull one, you pull six. Like they're hiding in the attic. Oh, jeez. I was thinking to myself, like, how can I make an analogy here about people that live all on top of each other in a way that is sensitive and inoffensive, and then I just go to a freaking Anne Frank reference and just blast myself in the face. So, you know, it's been nice knowing you guys. It was cool before I got canceled. Just can't make it work. Phrasing, man, phrasing. Alright, that was our 5th one of those, and we've actually got 8 of these little she-witches, so we're at 13 of our 20. The she-witches are actually, they do us a solid, and I don't know why this is, but they try to hang out on the shore more than the shore hunters. Maybe that's because those are shore hunters. I also like / don't like the fact that they will hit us with a dot instead of the other ones, which have a tendency to heal. I'm waiting for this dot to wear off, and then I'm gonna drink some more juice here. I don't have the juice on my bar, and I don't know why I do that to myself. It's because I don't typically have to drink it, but killing so fast and furious. Faster and furiouser. So for those of you that are tracking this, actually I've been a day behind on my uploads. I'm gonna try and sync that up. I did not get a Patreon episode dropped this week. It was just too busy of a week. I hope that that's going to change for me. I don't know if I'm going to drop one this weekend or not. I'm on the fence. I kind of want to, but maybe I'll try to do 2 next week, and I'll balance it out by doing a little itty bitty one, also on one of those episodes on one of those days. We have another one coming up. I have one more prehistoric one at least planned. Do I have clams? Oh, I do have a thick-shelled clam just waiting for me. So I've been getting a lot of zesty clam meats on one of my accounts, and I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with those. They don't have the same sort of application. I don't even know where I would get the recipe for that, what I would use on it. Should I go for a twofer right here? Let's do it. I am coming for you. Oh, we're all done with the sirens, so I shouldn't do a twofer. I'm not. I'm actually, after I kill this guy, I'm gonna run. I'm running away, and I do not care. We're gonna probably have to go out in the ocean for our last 3 to 4. Yeah, 3. Okay. I'm running so far away. Alright, so we're getting close. We are just about done, and turning in those other ones and picking up this one is going to end up having taken us about 15 minutes as well. I don't know where. There's a shore hunter right there. There's one there. There's one there. We just need two. Alright, don't run from me. Don't run from me. Argentina. The truth is, I want to kill you. You did run when I specifically asked you not to. Alright, last one. This is our last shore hunter. I could, you know what? I'm gonna smite him. You don't get a chance to run, you buster. We did it. We killed all of them, but that's not the final time we'll go to the shore, because I believe the guy's gonna be like, "No, I don't trust you?" Question mark. And what you actually need to do is chop off their heads or their fins or their scales or something dumb like that. Ba-bum. Okay. None's too shabby. This is Stormwind Ho!
With the Naga put down in South Shore, I'll be a shoo-in to be reassigned. I'll get to see Stormwind again, get away from this light-forsaken port. It shouldn't be a problem getting my report seen. The new captain of the guard, Major Samuelson, was my mentor while I was stationed in Stormwind. It should give him more than enough excuse to have me transferred back to the city. I'll need you to carry my report to him, though. Wouldn't want old Redpath to catch on.
Cool. We actually don't have to do a Naga killing part. That makes it easier than I thought. So, now the reassignment does mean we have to go back to Stormwind at the end. But that's fine, because we'll just hearth there at the very end of the episode. I'm not going to go do it right now. He did give us a letter, which we can't open. Let's go sell these other things and repair before we go head off towards the mountain lions. So I was wrong. I don't know why I thought there was a parallel where we basically had to do the same thing twice. But I guess not. So now also my prediction of us leveling up, I'm a little bit less bullish on that. Because who knows? So now instead we're going to move on to Mountain Lion Land. So you kind of actually, this is again kind of sort of one that I would consider borderline. You could certainly think of it as an Ultrac Valley quest. I'm really bummed that somebody on Reddit came and was like, I replicated your steps, but then they didn't specify, did you replicate every step? So they said they did. They also said, see, the number one thing I'm worried about or I'm concerned about is they said they went and checked the spawn points for the Syndicate assassins. But did you wait a full 15-minute cycle? And that's a starving mountain lion. That's not the kind we need. We need regular mountain lions and hulking mountain lions. And then after this, we'll be heading over into Arathi. We'll fly to Refuge Point, and then go to Hints of a New Plague, which will then have a couple quests for us. One of them is tough, and then one of them is just a very easy, one of the easier escort quests in the game. Not because of length. The length is moderate. But because the person you're escorting is so strong, they almost can't be killed. If you are out there helping, they can almost complete the entire escort without you. But if you throw in... yourself just walking around aggroing even a mob or two, then they don't die. They heal themselves. It's a druid you'll escort who will tank and heal themselves. And like I've died on it, or not died, but been part of a group and then wanted to have it be over because like someone in my party didn't pick it up, and so we want to reset it so we can all do it together. And then takes like it's easier to just walk around and help her complete the escort than to wait for her to die. All right, there's some hot lion meat. I mean, I assume it's hot. It comes out of the body, and it will become hot lion chops. Little effort on our part. So we need 8 regular mountain lions and then 10 hulking mountain lions. Dwarf priest. There you go, Priesty Poo. Thanks. You can have that little buff for 5 minutes. Can't do a lot for you, but Spanx. Okay. As far as killing mountain lions goes, I guess it's really not that morally questionable. You think about, they're not really endangered species in real world. Mountain lion is it's one of those types of creatures that kind of deceptive because there's really like 12 names for it, like bobcats and maybe cougar, puma. Like they're all so similar, and depending on the context, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time hitting them. Oops, I just wasted the mana by doing that twice. I do like that we're getting mana, getting XP though. And we're still on that rested XP. We have 32k remaining XP. I mean, that's like 90 guys. We're not going to be killing 90 guys, so. That's not happening. We have, we would have killed at least 20 more if we had those heads as a quest, so that is why I was feeling kind of strong about taking this up. Big girl, that's the one that just healed me. I don't need big girl's stuff. Not worried about that. I was just looking for more mountain lions. We need 3 more regular ones. That's a hulking one, so. The hulking ones, of course, are the stronger. They try to smash you. They're a couple levels higher. But whatever, there's... Fine. I don't know why. I truly don't. I feel like we're just not getting a lot of oomph in this. I don't know, that was some oomph. But in the smash of these guys, I guess we just need a crit. We need to increase that agility stat. But yeah, so this lately I've been dropping my records a day after. I want to try to catch up to that. So I did hit my 2 picks last night in my competition with my homies. So 14 games left to go, 3 tonight. We'll see if I can keep it strong. I feel a little bit less bullish about a couple of my picks tonight. We're gonna find out. I am looking forward to just the weekend, the fun times. I'm glad we're on it. I'm going to play some more retail today. Look, someone has come and killed all these hulking ones. That sucks. I mean, someone's on the same quest as me. But whatever, we'll make it. We'll find it. And like I said, we still need 3 of the regular guys. Oh, I do. We could use a well-fed. I guess we're just gonna wait and see one way or another whether we get down on mana or whether we get down on life. Either way, we'll stop for a minute and eat another one. Okay, we are down to needing 1 more regular mountain lion. There is a hulking one. I thought he looked a little bigger. There's a regular one. So we got a regular and a hulk. This will be our last regular mountain lion that we need, and then just 9 more. So we are halfway. After this one, we're going to be halfway through the killing of the mountain lions. Then we just have that hint of a new plague, which is cool. Yeah, so we're finishing this one for sure. No ifs, ands, or buts. And then if we look at our thing, yeah, we're just moving on 1,000 needles after this. It's gonna be borderline because, like I said, we're gonna be pretty darn close to level 37. Just in doing the chain, we'll probably be leading up the Shivering Flats. We'll probably be like getting into that right around level 38. But we need to be 39, and then so we'll continue the whole chain and see how that goes. But there is a chance we will not be 39, in which case we can run a dungeon if we want. Remember I said we have Gnomergon and we have Razorfen Crawl. We'll do Razorfen Crawl first. Easier dungeon to run, easier quests, less time consuming. Gosh, the fact that we have to do Gnomergon 2 more times, it does make a small part of my soul shiver. Not in a good way. I am a lot more comfortable with that dungeon now, so I guess there's that. Because another thing that kills me about it is here. These are just a bunch of regular mountain lions. But another thing that kills me is you need that stinking. We could go all the way up here if we wanted to get some more hulking ones, but that's pretty far. A pretty far travel. Oh, I hear him draining it again, but again, this is, I think, the second time, and the record has been going on for about 45 minutes, so. The serious dad vibe energy inside my body where dad's like, "Arr, you're not staying on top of the 11-minute cycle. The house is getting hotter." So on the one hand, it's that dad energy, but on the other hand, it's true. I don't know what's so hard about getting up every 11 minutes. We need to get the problem under control. It's not going to fix itself. And we can't get it under control if the house is constantly running because it can never get back to a livable temperature. Ah! But I brought myself a bunch of ice water back here today, so at least I was a little bit more prepared. Yesterday I was dying. Dang it. Hamlet, you are not. I need 6 more hulking mountain lions. And Hamlet over here is running around killing them. Hamlet. There's more. There's another hulking mountain lion. I mean, does Hamlet realize the tragedy that awaits him? If he keeps taking my hulking mountain lions, I claimed this land. I saw it with my eyeballs, and I'm going like colonial Englishman policy. If I see it, it's mine. If I even think that I want it, it's mine. And, so I'm pretty sure there's a violation going on here, Hamlet. This is why, oh man, I'm trying to remember the direct plot line. I know there's a tragedy in there. It's shameful that I can't remember the direct plot. He talks into a skull. Yorick, friend of his. Dang it. Maybe he loves his mom or something like that. Something weird, some kind of Oedipal type of thing. You know who can really... Shakespeare's plays are all kind of blending together, too. There's a ghost. Maybe his dad. That's a regular mountain lion. Not a Hulk smash mountain lion. It's just such a shame because it's like, okay, well, we need to wait for these guys to respawn. Do we want to? I just need 4 lions, but the alternative is to walk way over there. That's a regular one, bro. I mean, yeah, it's 2. Now, could Questy be wrong and there's really some more mountain lions around here? Yeah. Questy could be a big fat liar. Or could we get lucky and have some spawn? Yeah. That could be happening. Hamlet. You turd. I specifically need hulking mountain lions. There's one. Hamlet! I will take the fight to you. Your dad will be dead too. You're talking to a skull of someone named York, I think. It's been, in my defense, it's been a few years. I have read Hamlet a few times. I actually like Shakespeare's works. I've seen at least one Hamlet movie. No, maybe it was a low-quality made-for-TV movie. One of the times I read it may or may not have been like a high school assignment. That's possible. I'm not claiming that's not the case. But I definitely read it as an adult. So there is that. I wonder if I have to kill regular mountain lions in order to make the spawn points happy. The spawn gods. Mountain lion, mountain lion, mountain lion, mountain lion. You suck. Oh, there's some iron over there. Let's get that. This is slowing us down. We have things that we need to do. This game will not give us hulking. Actually, we would have had plenty of hulking mountain lions. We got unlucky that old Hammy over there decided he was going to do the quest. Doesn't he pay attention to my show? And can't he guess and read my mind what time I'm going to be dropping an episode? This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. These are all regular mountain lions. Where's their big fat Hulk daddy? You know what? I'm gonna just kill you because why not? Titan kill. Lions, lions, lions. Lots of lions. Okay, now we're fighting 3 at once. Why not? That's how big true Hulk daddy fights. Yes. Yep. Oh, they're doing it again. And look, now it's only been like, I don't know, a few minutes. And I hear him draining it one more time. But that's pretty shocking if it's down to like a 5-minute, 3-minute cycle, something. Alright, I want to kill that. Yeah! All these lions everywhere. Okay, so that's cool. However, let's eat one of those. All of those were regular lions and not what we needed. The cool thing, I guess, would be that we got almost 1,000 XP for doing that fight. Considering we need 27,000 more. Take it. I'm quite sad because I have there's so much work coming up, and I've been so busy at my job. Oh no! They took the hulking mountain lion. I can't do this. We're gonna have to move on to greener pastures. These people are killing me. That's a regular mountain lion. A regular mountain lion. Like, there's one hulking one, and there's another dead. So they're in the good spot for the hulking ones. And we need 3, man. Oh, there we go. So I'm sure they're as frustrated as me. Because we're all fishing the same ground. It's just so tempting because it's like, oh, now you need 3, dude. 3 is not that much. Regular, regular, regular. Come on. And they're just sitting here waiting for these 2 to respawn or whatever. I will go over here, and now luckily he's not moving. So maybe I'll get lucky and I can find 1 or 2 over here. That's regular. Regular. So she's fighting the regular ones. I wonder if she's just grinding. I mean, this is not the worst spot to grind. But I need those stink. There's a hulking one too. What is that? Holy crap. Look at that. A red rare elite. Whoa. Narillisons. That's cool. I've never seen that before. Big old fat red dragon elite. I mean, we can't hit it, unfortunately. That's 8 levels above us. But I wish we could. That's awesome. Night Sky Sash. That's cool. I want to look that up. Flying into the Alterac Mountains. Alright, so this is good. Now, this will be our last one. Let's go back and turn it in. That was cool. You guys, I've never seen that before. I mean, granted, obviously, I'm not, like, an endgame guy. I'm a thorough dude, and we're getting up close to areas where I've never done in Classic before. Because when I started playing Classic, as I've told you guys before, I was not like a day one World of Warcraft guy. I never played Warcraft 3. And I've told this story to death, so I'm not going to get into too much detail. But it wasn't until the back half of the Warcraft Classic cycle that I even got the opportunity to play, and I never had the opportunity to have my own computer and play to my heart's content until the back half of Burning Crusade. I was just too poor and transient with my life being a college student. And so I was really just at the disposal of whatever free accounts I could get, the 2-week discs you used to be able to get back in the day. And playing friends' accounts, which I didn't have a ton of friends that played it. So I never really experienced these areas. Now I did do, back in the day when the original Lore Master achievement came out and you just had to go hunt these quests down, I did do all the quests on one character. So one time, 15 years ago or whatever, I did go do, on a Horde character, all the quests. I didn't do it on each, I just did for Horde. And, look, there's a decorated headstone, we could look at that. In loving memory of Jesse Morales. Interesting. Alright, so let's turn in the Costly Menace, and then we're gonna go fly over New Hints of a New Plague. Yippee, yippee, skippy.
Ain't that great news? Should have gone and found me a regular old war hero from day one to take care of them beasts. You'd have made your pappy proud, adventurer.
I like how the thing is even trying to get like a little bit of country on itself. I like these tasty lion steaks they gave us too. I think we can make some. Yep, I can make some with these soothing spices. And why don't we do it? Yeah. Where's my dude? My dude. Go ahead and make this, and then we'll fly on over to do the Hints of a New Plague questline.
I supply only the finest.
So we need 2 meat, so we can only make 3 of these. But that will add to our stack of tasty lion steak. And then I'm going to sell the 1 extra lion meat. Oh, I don't need the 20 stack of fish oil. I'm selling clam meat from this point forward, too. I don't care. Save that. And we'll sell those whiskers. Whiskers.
Safe travel.
Oh, I didn't repair. And then we will fly. Okay, so this is actually a pretty fun,
I supply only the finest goods.
pretty fun quest line if you don't have to stress about it. Like, we're strong enough that that's actually kind of exciting to do. Oh, gosh, we're going to be so close. We need a total of 23,000. Now, the problem is that there's not a lot of grinding, so
Where would you like to fly to?
our chance of getting the 23,000 is small. But let's do the spreadsheet. So what did we finish? We didn't finish reassignment yet, but we did finish a costly menace. So that one's done. Oh, there we go. So we have the Hints of a New Plague questline. And then, of course, reassignment to end our episode. We go to Stormwind. So it's pretty good. I have a buddy in... I have a buddy, John. Shout out to you, John. Although, again, he's not a World of Warcraft player. One of my gaming friends that I've been friends with for a good 15 to 20 years now. Great guy. And he is currently in Germany. So, on a vacation. He likes to go to Germany frequently. When he was a younger man, he is a bass player, very good at the bass, and he does some singing, too. He does, of course, have like a career. He's not exclusively making enough money on singing and being in a band to not have to work. But he works in that world doing lighting and stuff like that, set up for events on the like non-performative side of things, on the back end, allowing the performances to happen. But he has had some success with his performances out in Germany, and I think that's how he kind of got into liking to go there. I've never been, but he's gone a few times, even not just a few times. I'm sure he's gone more than that. But even now, as we get older, he still goes from time to time, and this time he's going with his lady and her family. But I was just texting him today. He's in, just thinking about him. He's in my fantasy league too, and so he's trying to balance needing to get in picks and things like that for our little betting pool, and having a good time. Actually, not not doing anything dumb while you're on vacation.
Try and stay as quiet as possible, traveler. Orcs don't take too well to being spied on, and there's more to this farm than meets the eye. So,
That's 1 of 5
sent
done.
you to check on us? Not surprised. He worries too much. We've been watching the farm for days, and Kin claims she saw a courier come out of that small house to the south not long ago. She talks a lot, but I can always trust her senses when we're in dangerous areas. You wouldn't happen to be a skilled tracker, would you? We think the courier might be carrying notes to Terran Mill. If we could get our hands on those documents, it might shed some light on what's happening in Hillsbrad.
Alright, so this is the hardest quest for Alliance, for the Alliance in Hillsbrad, of the Hillsbrad quests. The grunts, these Hammerfall grunts, they're level 35. So right there, we're now fighting mobs that are more at our level. So handling anything more than 2 of them is going to probably require resources. So you have to be smart. If you can handle this quest solo, you're all good. Depends on your class, of course, in what that looks like. So when I did this on a mage, on my trial run, actually no, yeah, I did this on my mage, it was not that hard because you have 2 choices, but I can blizzard. Quests like this, I can blizzard them or I can polymorph the target and separate them from the rest of their mobs, and then blizzard down the mobs. So there's multiple ways to handle this quest. As a mage, it was easy. I'm getting some iron while we're here. And then, getting out of here. I just had, because we're talking about my mage, this is where I keep blink. I was about to try to blink, or maybe I keep it right there. I was about to try to blink out of there. So we have to follow this patrol route. It could go across the entire zone. They stay on the road, and they go all the way from this farm we were at, all the way to the exit of the zone. I don't know who... Oh, Fozruk is the big rock guy. So we can help him out. I think, there you go. I'm a little bit low. All right, so if you look here, we have 35. We need that courier. So I'm going to try to blitz the courier and just see what we can do. And we're going to just try to see. That's it. Now, because of my status here, now I can try to pull off some heals. Okay. No. Okay, I really want that to go down. Okay, so now we can we're good. Okay, so now that we did that, I need to get the heck out of dodge. That's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, again, your strategy is going to change depending on what your class is. What were we able to do right there? I could just single target, as a paladin, as a ret pally specifically, single target the person I want, and then bubble and get out of there. I could have maybe tried to swing a little bit more, especially since we are level 36. This is a level 36 quest. So if you're approximately around the level, that's fine. Again, when I was a mage, I can't remember how I did that quest. I've done this a few different times. We did this with our druid once, too. I believe what we did when we did it with our alliance druid before we did the walkthrough, we did it on camera. I think we entangled the main one. That allowed us to pull the mobs off, and you can kind of stagger kite that way. When the mobs come after you, you can cause them to reset, and then you can re-tag the main mob you entangled before they've reset. So it's kind of a way of separating, if you want to ISO single targets out, if you have a move like a single target route, like entangle, polymorph, hex, things like that. That's one strategy. You saw another one. If you can blitz, if I was a feral druid, you could also maybe just try to ambush pounce.
Can I help you?
We got this stack of sealed folders. Nothing we can do. We appreciate your help in looking for that courier, Deacon Tessa. While you were gone, Kin saw an apothecary come out of that same house to the south of here. I'm confident that they're up to no good. I just need proof of it before we go off and do something rash. Have you had any luck yet? And the downside about this chain is because...
Let's see what this is about. This is interesting.
Quay begins to go
Seems
through the folder.
Apothecary Jarrell has been working on some deadly experiments here at Goshek. Not sure what that has to do with Hillsbrad, but Finn wouldn't like it if we let it continue. We had a run-in with some orcs while you were gone, and I'm not in good enough shape to help Kinnery. If you're up for it, she's going to need some protection when she goes down to the farm to steal whatever research Jarrell still hasn't sent to Terran Mill.
Alright, so this is another one of the unforgivable sins if you're doing this quest line with others, because then you have a quest to go turn this in.
If it brings Finn peace, I'll destroy every single one of the Forsaken personally. He's done so much for us since the plague. We never thought we'd find friends or family again. When you're prepared, come let me know. We'll get started right away. All right, adventurer. I'm ready if you are. Shall we?
Okay, well then, let's get this started. The longer we're here, the more damage the undead could be doing. Back in Hillsbrad.
I'm honored.
Can't buffer. Alright, so the reason why that's annoying, why I say it's kind of an unforgivable sin, is because let's say you turn that in and you start the escort, your rest of your party can't also start the escort unless they've also turned in that quest. Now, she's a level 38, just 1.3k life, so that's close to us, but like I said, she's a solid character tank. I think her life goes up when she goes into bear mode. which she will do. All you really have to do is just try not to aggro too much yourself. This is one of the few instances when you're doing an escort. Let her lead the way. As long as you help out at all and you don't over aggro, just let her lead the way. She's going to be fine. She doesn't need us. She just needs us to kind of assist a little bit. Just kind of hang back. There you go. Okay, now, sure, 1v1. She says, attack me if you will, but you won't stop me from getting back to Quay. I love Quay. She's super cool. Alright, this is where we really have to be on our paws. Be ready. Alright, so here she goes. Luckily we got the XP for that last one. Now, because these guys are close yellow to us, my aggro range is probably a little bit closer than hers. There you go. So here, I'm going to just let them attack her. Attack me if you will, but you won't stop me going after Quay. They both turned and aggroed me. Now she turned into a bear. I've just been diseased. So look, now she's re-aggroed that guy, which I like. Because she's up to 1.8k now that she's in bear form. Just kind of look at her life. So she just turned back out of bear form for whatever reason. I believe she will heal herself, so... And look, see, yeah, she's healing herself, and it looked like she was getting it taken to her a little bit, but she will usually bop back and forth between the bear form and that heal, and I don't know that she can quite take those two on her own, but it's pretty darn close. Now, you're going up to here. You do have to escort her a little bit of ways. Luckily, this patch was just cleared. Oh, man. Come on. This is what I meant by don't let them aggro too much. Look, she just healed me. My girl. Now, unfortunately, she is attacking the one I'm attacking. There you go. But then she switched over. Okay, so we're making a good combo, her and I. I don't like that disease. And there's not a lot of, how do you eat this? There's not a lot of, I want to get my well-fed buff. So she's pulling this guy. Attack me if you will, but you won't stop me from getting back to Quay. So this is the guy we need, Apothecary Jarrell. He's the person we need. Now all we have to do is protect her. Look, there's a Forsaken Courier right there. Is that the same one? Good question. Her life is, she's like a full life. I've been aggroing them all. This might be the same courier that we already killed, and this is where they spawned from. Or maybe not. Okay. So we go into this place, and what is she doing in here? Watch my rear. I'll see what I can find in all this junk. I bet Quay will think this is important. She's pretty knowledgeable about these things. No expert, but knowledgeable. Okay, let's get out of here. Quick, quick. Try and keep up. I'm going to make a break for it. Again, that is my favorite thing that someone says to me on a quest. Oh, you mean to tell me now you're going to run? And I just have to follow in your wake? I love that. Again, downside being, if you were to aggro and fight here, just gotta make sure she doesn't get too far ahead of you. Because if she does run too far ahead and makes it to the end, she will complete the quest, and if you are not within a certain proximity of her, because look, even with my passive speed buff, she's going faster than me. And sometimes, as I say, sometimes you get these grunts that aggro. She's going so fast. Maybe she'll fight that dude? Okay, good. That's actually good because it slowed her down. You just don't want to do the opposite, where you actually aggro and slow yourself down. Now, she would be able to handle this guy single-handedly, though, so... No worries if as long as she can aggro that guy, that'll buy you the time you need. We made it, Quay. We made it. It's bear form.
You've done a great service for us, adventurer. Thank you. I hope Kin wasn't too much of a handful down there. She's very friendly, but can be just as deadly when you're her enemy. I've seen Kinalori look way worse after a night in the tavern than she does now. You obviously did a good job protecting her. These items she brought back from the farm should at least let Finn get an idea of what's going on out here in Arathi. Just to make sure there's no retaliation after your attack, we're going to stay here for a bit longer. Would you be willing to head back to South Shore and talk to Finn?
Yeah, sure. Alright, so that's it. We've completed all the quests we need. We just have to go drop off these last two. Hints of a Last Plague, and then we'll go turn in Reassignment. Like I said, the questing, we, in our quest log, we only have 6,800 XP, and some of that's from Castpipe's task, so probably about 6 grand. And we needed closer to 13,000, so we're still going to be a little bit short. We're going to be just under 37. Where are we on time on the record here? Okay, we're a little bit shy. We have a little bit of stuff we can do in iron. We do need to go to 1,000 needles next, which is a that's going to require us to go over to Menace or whatever. So we're down to Booty Bay and then over to Ratchet. That's fine. So we just need to do that at the end of the mission. From Stormwind, yeah, we could fly down to Booty Bay from Stormwind. You can hop down in here, but actually it's kind of semi-deadly to hop down into the refuge point. We'll do the spreadsheet on the flight back over. And I think this might be a good episode for us to tackle our level 35 things, since we have a little bit of time. We're running a little bit shorter. This took us barely an hour to do the whole second half, which is good. So,
where would you like to fly to?
we gotta go back to Shaw. Alright, so we'll do the travel while we read, too, since we have good time here. But what we have is the hints of a new plague. So, let's check that one out. That was part 1. Okay, finished it, and then we got all the rest of the hints of the new plague going up. They're all Arathi Highlands quests, and we're going to be turning in the last one in order. Okay, so this is going to be bam, 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 bam. These are all, one of those was just walking over 1 foot and talking to the lady. And then finally we will finish this by completing Reassignment. So we'll get a little bit of XP from that. Perfect. And all of this is scratch. So if you just compare the Horde based on what we did for Alliance, less than half. That was taking us to around 25. That's 69. Now, some of these, like I said, were Alterac Mountains, but still less than half the size. All right, now when we do our class quests here, we're going to do the level 35 class quests. So nothing for Druid, nothing for Hunter. We do have this chain beginning with Return to the Marsh for mages, so we have to look at that one. Nothing for Paladin, nothing for Priest, nothing for Rogue, nothing for Shaman. And then Warlock, we have this little chain right here, the Orb of Orahil. So not a summoning one, and then nothing for Warriors. So we're going to start with this Return to the Marsh, and hopefully we don't get too many crashes. There's multiple versions of this quest, but we're going to go cover all these right now. You look at the bottom, it doesn't really, there are other versions of this. So if you look, they all, it says part of this quest happens, they all start, but they all have the same text. It is time for you to speak with Tabitha, the Hermit of Dustwallow Marsh. She will instruct you on the creation of a powerful mage's implement. Tabitha's shack lies deep in Dustwallow Marsh west of Theramore. And when you get there, she says, "Ah, yes. You are here for an orb or a staff. Very well, I will aid you in its construction, but be forewarned. The process is a perilous one and could mean your death. Or my death, definitely someone's death. But let's hope it's someone else's death. So here's the problem with this quest line. The orb that you get is quite nice, However, that does mean you're going to have to spec into like a sword orb combo. The Infernal Orb is how this quest begins. So of course you have to go to Dustswallow as well. We'll deal with that one momentarily, but let's keep working on this. So the good thing for us is there's no bopping around. What's that? What kind of mount is that? Oh, it's just a Swift Palomino, but doesn't it look interesting? Oh, it's Swift, that's why. So it's got the armor on, because it's Swift. Cool.
So, the two troublemakers are all right after all? I'm glad to hear it. I thank you for bringing me news of their whereabouts and status.
Better, robot.
It pleases me greatly that they are still alive. The two of them are irreplaceable as friends and traveling companions, but it's more important I thank you properly for your help. Here, take this along with my group's thanks. With any luck, we'll figure out what the Forsaken are up to and put an end to it.
And that's kind of the end of the chain. I guess in a sort of kind of way we've avenged Stanley for ourselves killing Stanley. Now we're going to go back into Stormwind. And we're going to put some of this to rest here. I also want to go over to Ironforge. Well, we don't have to. But I do want to smelt some ore. Okay, look at that. That one's got a cool mount too. What's this one called? A Swift Zulian Tiger. Pretty neat. Pretty cool, shish. Yeah. Alright, there is a dude. Meeboo. Meeboo!
Welcome to the Bank of Stormwind. We offer
All right,
financial
we're gonna
accounts
deposit
and
this
safety
and
deposit
this.
boxes for valuable items. Do you already have an account with us, ma'am?
We've got a couple true silver bars. When the time comes, I mean, I guess that's nice. The other thing I want to do is, yeah, well, we gotta go turn this quest in. Where's he at? He's in Stormwind Castle. While we're here, we can start also looking at any Thousand Needles. There's not really. That's Arathi Highlands. That's Stranglethorn Vale. Theramore. That's Alterac. That one we're turning in. That is for Alterac. Nomergon. That's Desolus. Dustswallow. Nomergon. So we're good here. When we look over here. Silk. Nomergon. Yeah, so there's not really a lot. Like, when we go to Thousand Needles, very few. Like, if we look at my spreadsheet, there is the Brassbolt Brothers, and then Lone Brown's Journal, which we'll pick up over there. So where are the Brassbolt Brothers? Where does that come from? There's Lone Brown's Journal. It's technically a dungeon quest, but we can do it. It's just kind of like a preview. Where do we pick up Brassbolt Brothers at? Maybe that's here in Ironforge. Yeah, there it is right there. So we do have to go to Ironforge to pick that quest up. And that's it. There's no other quests to look at other than those two. The rest are all just the neutral quests we'll be completing in this zone. Cool. Alright, but that does mean we've got to travel to Ironforge while we're here, which that's fine, because then we can play with our whatchamacallit? We can smelt what little bit of iron that we have. We don't have a ton. 7 pieces and 4 more tin. We're not getting copper lately, so the tin's kind of useless to us. And then from there, we will fly down to Booty Bay, and we might even just travel over from Booty Bay at least over to Ratchet. We don't have to really take it much further than that. And then on the next episode, I think what we'll do, like I talked about, is we will continue with her. tomorrow, and we'll see how far we can take the old lady. Again, we really kind of need to be in that level 39 range by the time we get to the last quest in the chain. Everything else will be okay. Even at 36, we could probably handle the majority of all the other quests, except for the very last one in... Well, it's not the last one in the chain, but it's the last one that like involves any actual killing of mobs.
Good day to you.
Greetings, citizen. May the Stormwind City Guard be of assistance.
What's this? Ah, so my attentive pupil has applied himself to the problem of the Naga in South Shore. Thank you for bringing this to me. I will certainly take it into account when I review personnel assignments in the next month.
Alright, cool. So we still need 6,000 XP as previously estimated. Which is that's really not too bad. Not too shabby at all. We just hit 36 on the last episode. So that's actually pretty dang good that we've already almost fully hit 37. That rested XP is no joke. We probably want to collect some more of it when we get to Booty Bay. We want to make sure we check into the inn. Although we won't get a lot because I'll probably make my report a little bit earlier. Yeah, I'm a little bit scared about work. Ooh, we went the wrong way. Dang it, I forgot we're going to Ironforge. I'm a little scared because I have so much work that it has to get done by Tuesday. Of not this upcoming week, but the following week. So I will try to get as much as I can, but like today I didn't get to touch it. I got sucked into so many side tasks. Now, supposedly there's a new dude that's going to be starting, but he's like so brand new. I met him today. He's so new, I just don't... I don't know. It's kind of, you know how it is when there's someone new. Like, it's not going to actually lighten my workload. It might increase my workload in the short term, but then hopefully in the long term. All right, let's go back while we're on the tram here and look at our next quest. Okay, so the Infernal Orb. The first step is to acquire an orb with power. The Warlocks of the Burning Blade have nice, high-quality orbs. It's too bad they've bound demons into them, but we can fix that. Yes, we can. That's like a Bob the Builder thing. Go to Desolus and snatch an Infernal Orb from a Burning Blade summoner. You'll find summoners at Mana Rock Coven down here when you have the orb returned to me. That part you can do at this level, at level 35. All fine. Do you have an Infernal Orb? Oh, that's a nice one. No, I didn't mean it's nice, like cool. Like, cool juice is nice on a hot day. In fact, it's very not nice, now that I think about it. Not the juice. The orb. Focus. We'll need you focused if we're ever to finish our tasks. Beginning with the Exorcism. So then you need to kill the demon of the orb. Now that we have a summoner's orb, we must exorcise the demon within it. I can do that. That's the easy part. This all happens here in the swamp. You're the one who has the hard job. You're the one who has to kill the demon once it's out. Great. And you'll have to be quick. If you take too long, then it'll jump back in the orb and we'll have to start over. So get yourself ready, prepare your strongest spells, and keep your potions handy. And go get a friend if you have one. Because this isn't going to be pretty. Nicely done. You gave that demon a lesson he won't soon forget. He'll think twice before he sticks his ugly head back into this world looking for the stupid mortal who beat him. I guess he's coming after me. Probably with friends this time. Big scaly friends who'd want nothing more than to tear you into little human pieces. I didn't scare you, did I? No, I can't. I truly cannot remember if we were to really look at the Demon of the Orb. It's a level 40 elite. So, as a level 35, which is what you will probably be if you jump right into this quest, which is what I was, that's pretty tough. But it's not that tough to get some aid. Because it's such a quick little wham bam, hey, can somebody help me kill this? And there's usually a lot of people in the swamp.
You ever heard of the shimmering
I'm not
flats?
putting this on the quest yet.
Salt flats way
On the
over in
spreadsheet.
Farren,
We'll put it tomorrow.
just south of the Thousand Needles Canyon. It's a great place for racing because, well, it's so flat. couple of known brothers are out there, friends of mine, trying out their new rocket car. And from what I hear, it's fast. So fast that their pilots keep crashing, giving themselves concussions. So they asked me for some siege engine helmets, but I have duties here. I can't make the trip. Can you?
Alright, so we're gonna go bring up some crash helmets down there to the guys. Now, it's possible, I don't really remember this quest, so either someone really helped me bust it out fast, or I was able to kite the demon and fight him myself after a try or two. I don't really remember. Now here's the part where you're screwed. You need to retrieve an obsidian power source and bring it to Tabitha and Dustwallow Marsh. Now that the demon has been removed, we must gain a power source. Unfortunately, the best power sources are usually the oldest and the hardest to get. It's neat how fate likes to take a bite out of you sometimes, isn't it? So you're going to need to go to Uldaman and defeat the Obsidian Sentinel there. He's big, he's tough, and his power source packs a punch. That is true. Worse than all of that, he's one of the final bosses in the area. Have you been to Uldaman? Did you defeat the Obsidian Sentinel? You did it? Well done. I was chatting with some of my colleagues, and when your name came up, they said, you know that blank sure works well under stress. But then I told them I sent you to Uldaman against the Obsidian Sentinel. They said I was crazy. They said, Tabitha, you're crazy. There's no way Gleekon could take on that Sentinel. And I said, we'll see. And then they said, yeah, we'll see. Well, we sure showed them, didn't I? Why do they make Tabitha so weird? Okay, couple things here. One, obviously you cannot solo that. You would have to be getting close to level 60 to be able to solo that quest. To solo your way into the Sentinel. So, there's that. What do we need here? We can only make one more, unfortunately. I don't have any bronze, because I don't have any copper. Yeah, we're kind of stuck here, so all we can do is make one more bracer. That's kind of a pain, and because it doesn't even give us 1 point, but we can do it. We need the thread. The other thing is, at level 35, you can't even contribute to Uldaman. The bosses, that Sentinel boss is, I think, around level 46. Somewhere in that ballpark. Maybe he's 45. So at 35, you can't, no group will want to take you. You would not be able to contribute if they did, so you need a carry. There's just no way around it. If you want to complete this dungeon before it's a level 40 quest, if you want to complete it at 35 when it's available, and not wait all the way until you're closer to level 40 or beyond, you need a carry. Luckily, Uldaman is run pretty frequently, and carries are pretty common because of the need to get to the enchanter trainer there. And if you are an enchanter, that's also a time to mix those things together. So go ahead and get a run to the enchanter. Bring some mats with you and go see the enchanter trainer if you're at least level 225 on enchanting. I just started Badlands, all my other people, but I'm not even going to do any today. I've done like one quest all week, and it was just getting there. So yeah, things are bad for how much my life is letting me play. Answer very little. Alright, so final quest in the zone is called Mana Surges. Great, it's now frozen, just like I knew it was going to happen from time to time. That's what freaking this. Alright, so we can sell here.
Greetings, adventurer. I am Myolus Thunder Fury, keeper of the Great Forge.
We can sell that and that. Bam. Bam. Oh, it looks like we can make a few more heavy stones. Do that too while we're waiting on this thing to unfreeze. Heavy grinding stone, make 2 more. Come on. Okay, did it do it? Yeah, it did. Okay, it got me there. Alright, so the entirety of this quest happens in Dustwallow Marsh. We're almost finished, but this last step is the most perilous. This one is hard as heck. I had to have help. I could not do it without help. I have the empty summoner's orb, and I'm ready to empower it. Okay, let's go get on the flight path while we read this last one. And then we'll start on our Warlock line. So this has been pretty easy and painless in terms of finishing these quests. I like it. That's the good thing also, as you get higher level, there's less and less of jumping around between the classes. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, we need to fly down to... We have a little while to fly because we have to go all the way down to Booty Bay.
Griffins stand the heat of the Great Forge? I think not.
Okay. I have the Empty Summoner's Orb and am ready to empower it. We'll do this by harnessing the energy of a mana rift. I'll cast a spell that will temporarily open a rift from which creatures mana surges. You can see the pack of them right there. Will pour out. To defeat the mana surges, and you must defeat them and their power will be released, which I will then collect. Kill enough mana surges before the rift closes and I will place their collected energy in your orb. It says you've not killed the required amount of mana surges. You did it. I never doubted you for a second, or maybe for just a second or two, but basically I didn't have much doubt, honest. And then that unlocks the quest Celestial Power. But let's go back and talk about that last quest for a minute. Basically, the downside of it is when those mobs come out, we're back to being frozen. So frustrating. When the mobs come out, there's got to be a way to like unfreeze Wowhead. But I guess we'll talk about the quest for a moment while we're waiting for it to unfreeze. They are yellow. Despite that, they do technically aggro onto you if you get too close. If you attack one and you're right at the fringe of their range, even at level 35, you can solo them one at a time. The problem is that they are going to be around level 40. So even though they're not elite, for me at level 35, I think you need to kill 10 and you have maybe 3 minutes or something like that. I had to fully eat and drink and rebuff myself, like with whatever buffs that were quick expirations, like Mana Shield or whatever. I had to do that between every single one. I could kill 6 or 7 in 3 minutes or however long it is, but I could not kill. I just couldn't do it. I didn't have the DPS compared to their level. Maybe some other people can that are better than me. Other mages, because this is mage only. There's that guy again. No, that's just a regular Drake. But I was not one of those people. Come on. This is so frustrating. There we go. It finally unfroze. Okay, you should be proud of yourself. Many mages have fallen to the creatures you faced. The Celestial Orb is ready, or if you'd like to, I can mount it atop a staff. It's up to you. I prefer the orb, but who am I to judge? Here's why. Not really loading. The Celestial Staff is just a staff. Maybe someone will talk about the stats down here, since it was actually not better really than the staff I already had at the time, some dungeon staff. Whereas the Celestial Orb, I still have in my bag to this day. It's a decent thing, but also better than that, it allows you to, once per half hour, use it like a mana potion. So it's an additional source of an extra little bit of mana. You wanted to quickly swap over with a macro or whatever. So because of that use, there's nothing really like it in the game that does that feature. So for that uniqueness alone, if you're interested in being a raider or whatever, that has use right there. Okay, so it's frozen again. Does this happen to you guys? I don't know. Maybe if I did like an inspect on the screen, but then you can't even right click. I don't know what's causing it to hang up, but it's happening constantly on Wowhead. It's something within Wowhead. It's got to be the 20 ads, and I know that they ask you, maybe that's Blizzard actually. I don't know if Wowhead has a pay model, but they ask you to pay. Blizzard, not Blizzard, Icy Veins does, so I wonder if it's a similar type of thing, but Wowhead is just killing me lately. Now, if you can break out of it, you can sometimes stay, like when I have the classic quest line. Maybe it's the fact that I keep 2 open, usually, because I have whatever we're researching, plus my general quest line that I'm working on. But it didn't used to do this. This has been happening more and more in the past week or two. I'm going to look up and see. Wowhead. Wowhead frequent Freeze. Freezing. Freeze. Add-ons. No. Not WoW screen. Yeah, it's because they have dozens of ads and live streams, it said, that are breaking your phone. Use Brave web browser? I don't trust about that. I mean, maybe I could, because it says it blocks pop-ups. Because that's what it is. They've just got so many pop-ups and ads on here now that it freezes it. It's insane. Yeah, most of these things are talking about okay, Wowhead, your crashing issue is your fault, not bad ads. Because this is something that caused me to avoid using your site entirely. A lot of people use it to provide useful information, so we're required to come here. You do nothing, they do everything. Now, as for the issue where you cause people's games to crash while remaining open, you passed the buck claiming this is a result of bad ads on pages. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so hung up right now. Please report them so we can do something about it. No. Do you want to know why you cause people to crash? Because in your post about bad ads, you have this exact specification. Ads that play sound on a page load. Yeah, we all hate those ads, but do you know that you do what you do on every single page? You play a video. Yes, you force a video to play, so if someone is getting information and needs to open multiple tabs to go between, you have a video playing on each one. Now, sure, we can close, pause, or do something, but the fact that your own hypocrisy attempts to lay the blame on ads is low. Now, blame this in mind, this isn't just a video playing, this is a constant non-stop. Once the video ends, there's an ad and another video starts. Yeah, like this is seriously obnoxious. And another video starts, and then another ad, sometimes in the middle of the video, sometimes multiple ads. This is part of your own site, not an ad, not someone else. This is 100% you. And you, there we are. We're already in Booty Bay, and it hasn't even loaded. So that's obnoxious. And look, it's completely frozen now. Non-responsive, completely. So now I've got to completely close out Google and reopen Google Chrome, which is obnoxious that I have to do that because of Wowhead. So we can restore this. Now I'm getting out of that one, but then we still have to hope that this doesn't crash me on the classic Badlands because I'm also reloading WoW. Wowhead, I mean. All right, so we need to go on the boat anyway, but I also want to monitor this so we don't do it. So yeah, look. You have an ad. Okay. You have this other one playing right here. Is it going to start? Is it going to play? Like, what's the deal right there? What's going to happen? I don't know. Okay, so, and it's frozen. Wow. That's just insane. It's getting so bad, and I wish there was an alternative. It's getting so bad, I wish there was an alternative. As much as Wowhead has helped me out over the years, it's almost unusable. Luckily, I mean, I guess maybe if I had a better browser or whatever, maybe that would work. I'm so hot in this house. They are not. They just don't stay on top of it. I don't know what my family's doing out there. They're making Dad grumpy. Okay, so now this is unfrozen. Cool. Okay, let's see what happens when we go to another. All right, it's frozen again. All right, so I'm going to look it up on my phone, but unfortunately what it does is it makes it to where I can't See, and with, yeah, because look at it. Google Chrome says it's open. It's got 33 things that are open on it. That's insane. Like, and that one. It's taking up 12% of my life. And see, that just kills all of Google Chrome. So, it's not really working. I restore it. Yeah, so whatever. We're just gonna have to hope it works. I don't know what to say. Can't fight with it right now with you guys. But what I want to do is look at the quests. So we did this. I did want to look at those mobs, those things for celestial power, but I gave you the gist of it. Okay, so knowledge of the Orb of Orahil is another one that I want to check out. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. Now there are 4 versions of this spell. So there is the one you can pick up in Ironforge. Well. I had a pleasure to see her growing in power. I'd wager you'd be about ready to speak to Minara Voidrender in the Barrens. If you haven't spoken to her before, then let me tell you, I don't think I've ever met another expert in the creation of items, orbs specifically, that can imprison even a demon to serve our will so easily. If you're interested, she's in Strahad's Tower and Ratchet in the Barrens. You do seek something more substantial that I can help you if you are truly prepared. It's a welcome change to see one of our kind seeking more power in forms other than just knowledge. So, do you feel you're ready? Now, if instead you come at this as a human, you've made it now the completion is the same. You've made it this far, truly astonishing. I would have thought the corruption of channeling the arcane would have spread into your very soul and driven you mad by now. How about we try and push you further then? If you want to test your skills, seek out Minara Voidrender above Ratchet and Strahad's Tower. She'll guide you. From the Horde, if you pick this up as an orc, still a fool and still seeking the trappings of mortals. Yes, I speak to you with arrogance. I see you before me and I laugh. You're pathetic. Their boat's coming right now. But it matters not what I think. It only matters what those willing to deal with you thinks. And in this case, against my better judgment, those with some portion of power feel you deserve more. If this is something you strive for, then you should speak with Minara Voidrender in the tower above Ratchet. I believe you've met her before, some time ago. And of course, you can also do this as an Under-Forsaken. Ah, you're doing very well for yourself, young warlock. Given time, Infernals and Dreadlords will bow before you. But until the time comes, you must still rely on weapons forged by the hands of the mortal races. You seem prepared for another such creation, and if you're willing, Minara Voidrender would speak with you. She is near Strahad's Tower, overlooking the port town of Ratchet. Go there when you are ready. Okay, and now the second part is called... Okay, it's freaking frozen. Okay, fragments. Okay, so I think it's truly, honestly, easier to just close out my entire tab of Task Manager every time we do this. Truly think it is easier to end Google than wait. It's faster than to do it, restore, and then boom, go right into the fragment. I think that's my hack. Now I did want to look and see, come on. What was the, this is not exactly, okay. So there are fragments, shard of a Fellhound or shard of an Infernal, cleansing, returning, completed, 2 different pieces. Okay. Gosh, it's frozen again. Okay. Speak to Minara's acolytes inside the tower above Ratchet. So, good, then we shall begin. The first thing you must do is speak to my acolytes inside. Choose one of their paths to follow. They will explain more. Second, you must travel to Desolus and find an infernal orb from one of the warlocks of Manarok Coven. It is that orb that you will cleanse with the help of a mage named Tabitha deep in southern Dustwallow March. She will aid you because of our history together. Again, do not come back until you've done both things I've asked. And obviously, not being a mage, I wonder if I can trust you at all. I can smell the power of the arcane on you, because this is a Tabitha, but you seem to have eluded the stank of corruption that comes so willingly with your kind. Yes, a warlock. A warlock has come to ask for my help. Well, what is it I can do for you? Okay, we're here in Ratchet. Oh. We almost... Oh, no, I jumped off too soon. I was afraid we were leaving already. Oh, so Manara sent you. Fair enough. I suppose you may stay as my guest for the time being, but you must be on some pressing business. Perhaps you're here seeking lost power? Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe corruption isn't too far away from you after all. So you have two. So... Freaking gosh. I need to, like, figure out what's going on there. Okay, I closed the tab out, but... Okay, so this is called Shards of... Fragments of the Orb of Orhill. Alright, so it gives you two options. Shard of a Fellhound is one of them. Okay, so I'm just going to take this character to the inn now. Let her chill. And we'll do any traveling next time. But I do want to finish this quest. Okay, so you have chosen to capture the soul of a Fellhound. Good. Take this ruby. With it, you'll be able to capture the creature's soul. It works well. So it's... I don't know where you get it from. Because normally it will tell you that, but it doesn't really say up here. When the creature's close to dying, use the gem, and it should do the rest of the work for you. I would suggest going to Desolus and trying your hand at the Fellhounds there. Those should do nicely. After you're successful, take both the captured spirit and your ruby to Manara. Yes, have you chosen Infernal or Fellhound? Each choice is personal and should reflect your strengths and weaknesses. It's not unheard of for a warlock to enhance themselves further instead of making up in areas they lack. Sometimes overpowering an enemy is just as strong a tactic as becoming a more balanced spellcaster. Ah, the spirit of a Fellhound. Well done. When I have both the spirit and the cleansed orb, I will merge the two for you, but not until then. Okay, so you can go Fellhound. Okay, I'm going to look this up and maybe I'll be able to read it better on my phone. Because there's more kind of ad blockers, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. So I'm going to go back to the other option, and hopefully we can do this here. Try and get in there. So the other option is instead to do Shard of an Infernal. I believe one does... I can't remember the... We'll talk about the differences between what you get. I'm pretty sure one basically increases your destruction, and the other increases your... There we go. Increases your shadow power. So you've chosen to capture the soul of an Infernal. Good. Take this emerald. With it, you'll be able to capture the creature's soul. It works very similar to spells you already know, so like a soul tap. When the creature's close to dying, use the gem, and it should do the rest of the work for you. I would suggest going to Desolus and trying your hand at any of the Infernals there. Those should do nicely. After you're successful, take both the captured spirit and the emerald to Manara. Yes, have you chosen Infernal or Fellhound? Each choice is personal and should reflect your strengths and weaknesses. It's not unheard of for a warlock to enhance themselves further, same kind of deal. The spirit of an Infernal, well done. When I have both the aspect and the cleansed orb, I'll merge the two for you, but not until then. So once you've completed that, Once you've chosen and you've brought back your thing, you can go on to the next step. And you might be able to go on first, but the other one is called cleansing of the Orb of Orhill, because that's the other thing you need to do. We already have the orb, we got it. Then you basically have to go back to Deathless to get either an Infernal or a Fellhound, and you soul tap them essentially. You can only do one, so there is no true 100% completion when it comes to that. A Summoner's Orb. This is where the taint must be coming from. We must exorcise the demon within it if you're to use it. That I can do easily. You're the one who has the hard job. You must kill the demon once I release it. We've heard that before. And you'll have to be quick. If you take too long, then he'll return to the orb and we'll have to start over. Get yourself ready. Prepare your strongest spells. So this is almost the exact same thing as when you did this as a mage. The verbiage is the same. It just basically says, nicely done. You gave that demon a lesson he won't soon forget. You've shown great power and skill. And now I suppose it's time for you to return to Minara with your cleansed orb so you can put it to good use. Good luck, Warlock. Perhaps our paths will cross again. And then now that you have the fragments, you've cleansed the orb, and then you return the cleansed orb. So if you look at our, we can't look at our spreadsheet, but take the cleansed orb back to Minara and Ratchet. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're going to go here. We'll see how fast we can go. That was cleansing the orb. And then you do return the cleansed orb. Take the cleansed orb back to Minara and Ratchet. Give her my regards and be safe. Now this unlocks two different versions. The completed orb of Dar Orhill or the completed orb of No Orhill. I truly hope you're able to withstand the temptation and corruption that is sure to come as you follow your path. Good luck. How goes your search for Tabitha and the orb? Tabitha has been more than useful when it comes to matters of the arcane. I'm sure she'd have no problem if you're able to find her. Well done. This will do nicely. The only thing left for you to do is to decide on which demon you want me to imprison within the cleansed orb. Do that and you'll have a magnificent new item to wield. Now if we go back and look at cleansing the new orb, you have to kill Demon of the Orb. That's the same one as before. This guy. I believe when I did this on my Warlock, I had help because I was doing it with my wife. So I can't really give you the deets. Now, okay, the cleansed orb of Dar Orhill. I will get started immediately on crafting your orb and infusing your new demon into it. When done, you have the choice of having it in the form of a staff or an orb. I always felt it was important to cater to a warlock's chosen weapon. I see no reason to continue that practice. This is basically the same line as mages. I never realized it was this similar. It is done. Simply tell me which you prefer. A staff that would require you to use both hands, or an orb so you may use a dagger or sword as your weapon. Tackling a Fellhound was a great feat on your part. I'm sure your item will serve you well in the future. Continue to work hard in the arts, and I'll be awaiting details of your exploits. So, the Staff of Dar Orhill is a 3 stamina, 6 intelligence staff, but it does increase your shadow spell damage by 19. Whereas the orb is a 5 intellect offhand that you can use it to help you basically have a self-healing dot or increase your shadow spells. I think I picked the orb because that's a little bit more useful. The staff, because of its low stats, even with the increase to shadow spells, not that great. So the Dar Orhill one is most likely the one you get from the Fell Hunter, and that gives you kind of dots instead, shadow power. Whereas No Orhill, it says I'll get started immediately on crafting your orb. It's the same thing, same words. It's just that you get instead these stats. I have to go look. It's not. Okay, so same exact except you get fire spells. And the staff, probably the same. I'm guessing a 3-6 combo. Looking on my phone also. Yeah, 3-6 combo, fire spells 19 instead of shadow. So, unfortunately, Wowhead really sucks lately. If anybody that's watching this and made it this far has a solution to that, without me having to go into like a shady browser or whatever that like I haven't vetted, hook me up. Let me know, because I would love to. Maybe I just need to do a pop-up blocker. All right, everybody, thank you so much. We have another episode and another zone in the pipe. 5x5. Whoop! I'll see See you guys next time on Lore of Warcraft. Peace out.